तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्न विराजितपदाम्बुजः वेदान्ताम्बुजसूर्यो यः तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चैतन्यशाश्वतशान्तः व्योमातीतो निरञ्जनः बिन्दुनादकनातीतः तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ज्ञानशक्तिसमारूढः तत्त्वमाला विभूषितः मुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदाता च तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ऐकजन्मसम्प्राप्त कर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। शोषणं भवसिन्धोश्च ज्ञापनं सारसम्पदः गुरोपादोदकं सम्यक् तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मन्नाथ श्रीजगन्नाथः मद्गुरु श्रीजगद्गुरुः मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुरादिरनादिश्च गुरुः परमदैवतम् गुरोः परतरं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं गुरुदेव देव। हरि भज मन राधे गोविंद भज मन राधे गोविंद भज मन राधे गोविंद भज मन राधे गोविंद भज मन राधे 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 गोविंद भज मन वृंदावन संचारी भज मन वृंदावन संचारी भज मन वृंदावन संचारी भज मन वृंदावन संचारी भज मन राधे 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 गोविंद 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 भज मन यमुना तीर विहारी 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 भज मन राधे 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 गोविंद 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 भज मन 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 राधे गोविंद वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. This week I just heard a wonderful story that I don't know if any of you heard it, but I thought I'll share it with everybody. There's one of the women in Trinidad here who is working with underprivileged children and battered women and all of that sort of thing. And she was relating her own story about when she was younger. She was a single mother with 2 little children. And at one point she had lost her job and there was absolutely no money, and she was wondering how she's going to feed her 2 little children, because that week there was no money to buy anything. And she heard a knock on her door, and she went and opened the door, and when it looked like this, there was nobody. And then when she looked down, there was a package there with all groceries and everything in it. And she didn't know who brought it, but she took it inside and she used it to feed her family. Everything that was required for that week was there. She took it inside and she used it to feed her family. And she wondered for many, many weeks who was the one who left that package. And after a lot of inquiries and this and that, she found the person who had left the package there. And she asked, how can I thank you or repay you for what you had done in that time of need for us? So that other person said, no need to repay, or no need to thank also. You just make sure that you pass it on. Pass it on means you will also find somebody in the world who is unable to, or who does not have something in need when they need it. Something when they need it. And when you find that person, make sure you also supply them with what they need. And she said, now she is almost 80. And this happened when she was merely 20. So for the last 60 years, she has been passing it on. It's a very incredible story, but one little kind act sometimes can make a lifetime of difference. You see, somebody did that little act, and she was the recipient of the benefit of that. And now, for 60 years, she has been passing it on to members of the community, the world. Such wonderful stories are there, and she's very simply relating the story like it was all destined by Lord and all. We have to take initiative to engage ourselves in such one little act. We don't know how far, how many people it will influence and change. Okay. Sometimes the smallest thing makes the biggest difference. One soldier had taken the horse of Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan or Khan, I don't know. To the blacksmith, to put shoes on the horse. He took the soldier took the leader's horse to put shoes on the horse. And the blacksmith failed to put the last pin. That pin is this small only, on the shoe. Remember, they have 4 legs with a horseshoe at each leg and then so many pins to hold each shoe. And the last pin he did not put properly. And Genghis Khan was a great fighter and conqueror and this and that, moving all over the world. And he rode that horse, and in a major battle, that shoe, which was missing just 1 pin, shook off of the hoof of the horse. And the horse at one point, because the shoe came out and was hanging by 1 pin, the shoe twisted, hanging by 1 pin. Instead of remaining flat, it became like that. And the horse stumbled, and Genghis Khan fell. And it was his demise. It means he lost the battle, the demise of his army, all because of 1 little pin. So the smallest things in the world sometimes, the smallest things matter the most. Take care of those small things. The Dalai Lama says, if you think the small things do not matter, try sleeping in a room with 1 mosquito. 1 mosquito is enough. And if the door between this room and that room is open, after disturbing you, it will go there and disturb 1 little mosquito. Small things. All right. Pay attention to the small things. People only pay attention to the big things. Hari Om. We'll see you all later.
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है,
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है,
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है,
श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल 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 मेरो है,
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल 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 मेरो है,
श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल 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 मेरो है,
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल 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 मेरो है।
रावण बिहारी लाल की जय। जय 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 मनमोहना, जय 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 मधुसूदना,
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 केशवा
Jai Madhusudana.
Jai 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 Madhusudana.
Jai 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 Madhusudana.
Jai 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 Madhusudana.
Jai 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 Madhusudana.
कन्हैया लाल की जय। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। We are seeing this 10th canto, and when we left it last time, we left it at a good point. Krishna had just held Kamsa and tossed him into the arena and finished him. It appears as though Bhagavatam is over. 10th canto is over, Bhagavatam is over. Bhagavan Shri Krishna, making himself very light, sprung up onto that high seat where Kamsa was sitting and held him from there and tossed him down. Little Krishna. Kamsa tried everything but what to do. And Ved Vyasji describes that even though Kamsa was such a wicked person, because of his wickedness, he was all the time thinking of Krishna only, scared of Krishna. So, because he was scared of Krishna all the time, he was thinking of him. And so when he died, he merged with Krishna. Because the idea is, whatever we think about, whatever we remember at the time of death, that is what we become. I don't know if you all remember in the old days when somebody died in the house. I do not remember now which day after the death. 1 day, 2 days or something. They used to put some ashes from the fireside in a plate or something. Take some ashes and spread it nicely and evenly on that plate. And the next morning when you wake up, you used to see a print on that ashes, a print of an insect or an animal or a human being or something. Then you will know in his next life he is. You try it, it might work, you never know. When they come back from the funeral. When they come back from the funeral, they used to do. Put a nice thin layer of ashes. Nowadays, you will not know where to find ashes even though. You'll have to go and burn some wood and get some ashes. So you come back, then you see a print of a bird. So you know that fellow has become a bird. If you see no print, he is still a ghost. That means in night time you will get a visit from him. Anyway, so Kamsa merged at the time of death, so he didn't have to take birth as this or that. At the time of death, like Ravan and all of them, because they are all the time thinking about Bhagavan. So you see, the principle in the Shastras is, Yena kena prakarena Bhagavat smaret. One has to remember the Lord. By any which? Yeah, hook or crook. In English it is said. Hook or crook. If we remember Bhagavan, then we merge with the Lord. So Kamsa. Now it is not easy to live your life in fear like that all the time, isn't it? It's a very difficult path also. But anyway, Kamsa died like that. Now Bhagavan Shri Krishna himself, he had, remember, for all of you who were not here, Bhagavan Shri Krishna had come from his own place, Gokula, where he was brought up by Nanda Yashoda. He was a foster child. Brought up by Nanda Yashoda. His real parents were Devaki Vasudeva, who was here in Mathura. where he was born. You can go today even and still see that place where he was born, in that prison-like place of Kamsa. So he was born here in Mathura, taken there while he was a child. He brought up by Nanda Yashoda, and now he came back here on the invitation of Kamsa. Kamsa had the intention, when he comes here, we'll put all his Chanur and all of them to kill him. Kamsa Chanura Mardanam. He's the one who killed Kamsa and Chanura, but Bhagavan thought Chanura was his most prized wrestler, and he'll put Chanur to kill him. Well, with just a slay of hand, he killed that Chanur. And what to say? Kamsa, he held him by his hair, and he tossed him there from up. Kamsa fell down. Krishna landed on him also. See how fast the Lord can use all his siddhis and all. To jump up to that high platform, he was sitting in there. What do you call it? Balcony. They have a name for that balcony where the king sits. So he made himself light and flew up there. And then he threw Kamsa down the arena. And when he came down, he made himself heavy and landed on Kamsa. And then this is, you hear about the siddhis of Hanumanji, na? Lagima and Garima, yes, like that, heavy and light and all sorts of things. He landed on him, he felt like a thunderbolt landed on him, and he killed him. I don't know if he killed him that time or by fall already he was dead. So anyway, he merged in Krishna. Now, Krishna had come from Gokula to this Mathura, and that time Nanda Baba and all of them had also come. Well, remember we saw that when he was leaving that Gokula, the people felt that he will not come back. Really, he did not go back. He told Nanda, you go now. And I'll tell you, there's a very moving passage there where he tells Nanda that the ones who give birth to us, the one who gives birth to us really doesn't matter. It is the ones who bring us up. Those are the ones who matter. Because giving birth is just the first 9 months of a long journey. And the one who gives birth, birth can be given by anybody, but bringing up a child, oh. And so he told that the one who brings up, that one is more of a parent than the one who gave birth. But in that very sad passage, Nanda had to console himself and go back now to Gokula. And Bhagavan here now brought back Ugrasena, his grandfather who was supposed to be king, who Kamsa had put in jail and all, and not everything restored, and the Yadav clan got back its former glory, and this Bhagavan put everything in place. Right? Ugrasena became king. Ugrasena was put in jail by Kamsa. All that thing happened. Now, his own father was released from jail, Vasudeva, Devaki, they were released from prison now. And Vasudeva thought, this is my little son, now I still have some work to do. So he arranged to get the Upanayana ceremony. Upanayana means the Janeu, what we call here Janeu, of the two sons done, Krishna Balaram. That Upanayana ceremony and all had to be done. And this is now the section where he meets his own Guru and all that. That is now will be chapter 45. Chapter 45. The verse will be from, let us see, number 26 or so. 45, 26. It starts with Atha. Atha Shura Suto Rajan. Now this is Parikshit Maharaj is talking to, Sukadeva is talking to Parikshit Maharaj. number 26 of the 45th chapter of this Srimad Bhagavatam. Atha Shura Suto Rajan Putrayo Samakarayat Purodhasa Brahmanaischa Yathavat Dvija Samskritam. Some of these rituals have persisted still till today. That is very good. Here in Trinidad, you still see Janeu ceremony being done. Up till last week, I attended a Janeu ceremony. Means Upanayana. When that child reaches about 7 or 8, then he's invested with that sacred thread, which has 3. This is called sanskar. Sanskar was the topic of our Varsha Pratipada Sansad this year. Sanskar. So here, well, in Trinidad, some of these main sanskars only have been preserved a little bit. One is that birth sanskar after birth. Some Barahi, Chatti and all, they have, what do you call it in English? Nothing in English. Barahi, Chatti, 6 days and 12 days and all, some ceremonies are done, right? That also now gone. What they do, call everybody, have a big party and all. So that sanskar is gone, more or less. Then later on, the sanskar of marriage is there. Vivaha sanskar. People don't say Vivaha sanskar, they say wedding. Trini language is wedding. Then, after the birth and this Upanayana is there, now that also is going away. Upanayana, the investing of the sacred thread. Then marriage sanskar. And after that, they don't know any sanskar again. Then no death. Antyeshti sanskar. A little difficult. Antim sanskar. See, that's why in Hindi said Antim sanskar. Because the Sanskrit one hard to say. So and he doesn't have anything to do with that, other people will do. Those who are left behind, they will do that. So only those, when there are so many sanskar to be. But here, Vasudeva now, the father of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, called together all the brahmanas or pandits, did that, and they did the Upanayana sanskar of Krishna and Balarama. Atha Shurasutaha is Vasudeva. His father's name is Shurasena. So, Putrayoho Samakarayat Purodhasa Brahmanaischa, by all the ritualists and brahmanas and all, and Yathavat Dvija Samskritam. It is called as Dvija Samskritam. Dvija Samskritam means that sanskar, or that ceremony, rite of passage. He moves from childhood into studenthood. That's a rite of passage. He moves from childhood, where in childhood, you know, only there, lalanam. In childhood, only lalanam is there. What is lalanam? Yeah, you hold him and you real hug him and kiss him and all kind of thing. And feed him mithai. You give him all laddu and jalebi and to eat. So it's 7, 8, around that age, right? It depends on caste traditions and all that kind of thing. So the Brahmana caste is given that Upanayana earlier. Kshatriya a little bit later and Vaishya a little bit later, even like that. Like that. That is why age differences are there. So starting from 7. 8 is about the best. 8 is about an average age, good age. So he moves from that childhood of lalanam, you know, means only, in Trinidad language we call that pet. You know pet? He get too much of pet. At that time, some of them, they give all sort of nice pet names also. Chullu, Chukulux. Chukulux in Trinidad. I don't know where they get Chukulux from. and sugar boy, and all kind of thing they call him. Sugar cake, sugar plum, sugar plum, sugar plum. Eh? So that time, so from that age of lalanam, all that fondling and kissing and all that, now he becomes a student. So that time the thread is given, mantra is given also by some teacher, and now in his life discipline has to come. All that discipline in that time has to come, and this parent don't do any of this discipline, anything. He's 25 years old and still have no discipline. This is where parenting is failing, the discipline is such an important part of parenting. And this was done so well by parents of our age. It is amazing. There are many things they did not have to tell 2 times. They tell once, and the next time they just say, nowadays, you tell, they do all sorts of things, and the child now watching the parent. And there's papa karma in that. The parent who neglects the duty of parenting, that is called papa karma. Papa karma is a sin of omission. It's a sin of omission. There are sins of commission and sins of omission in the Shastra. Pratyavaya. So, the one who commits that sin, that is going to come back in some form at some time. It is very important to Vasudeva, see, even though being imprisoned, even though his son was brought up by somebody else, somewhere else, and all of these things, hardship that he has gone through, the moment the son comes back home, immediately this sanskar is so well etched into his Yadav mind. Because Yadav clan. Sanskar is so well etched onto his mind that immediately he thinks we should do the Upanayana sanskar of these boys, Krishna and Balaram. And Ved Vyasji describes, see, the power of the sanskar is so wonderful. He says, Yathavat. Yathavat means as it was supposed to have been done. Yes, properly. Dvija Sanskritam. And Dvija word means twice born. It means that he is born now from childhood. He is born as a brahmachari. He is born as a student. And the student's life is marked off by discipline and learning, those 2 things, most important. His personal life is marked off by discipline and learning, brahmacharya, ityadi, so many vows have to be taken and all that kind of thing. So, celibacy, like that. But the fathers, you could see the sanskar in the mind of Vasudeva, and that immediately transferred down to the child. Now see number 29. Tataschalabdha samskaro dvijatvam prapya suvratau gargat yadukulacharyat gayatram vratamasthitau. From after giving tatascha labdha sanskar, after receiving this sanskar, the Vasudeva now also gave lot of dan and all to all the pandits and brahmanas and all those who were part of that ceremony. And then from Gargat, from Gargarishi, he requested that he give mantra to these boys, Yadukula Acharya. He is the Yadukula Acharya of Yadukula. See, other thing which is very important, which people have been talking about, and you hear again and again, every family must have some guru, Kula Guru it is called. So Garga was the Kula Guru. All of these things, please slowly bring them back. Make sure that family should have a Kula Guru. So Garga was the Kula Guru of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, Vasudevan, Garga Rishi. And in this regard, you will hear that there are different types of teachers, there is what you call as Diksha Guru. Here, Garga Rishi and the people who were there, they were Diksha Guru, means they give initiation into this path and all. And then there is Shiksha Guru, and there are so many different types of Guru. But for our purposes, the most important is these two. Most important are these two. Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru. Diksha Guru is the one who gives all that jane, one who gives that mantra and initiates that person from childhood into studentship and all that, right? Diksha Guru. And then the Shiksha Guru is the one who gives teaching of the Shastras, Upanishad, Vedas, Ityadi. Shiksha. They give teaching. Shiksha means teaching. So it is possible that one Guru can perform both, but it usually doesn't happen. It doesn't happen like that. One Guru will give the Diksha, the initiation and all that kind of thing. Like in our case, there was a very wonderful Pandit who used to live in Faizabad, his name was Pandit Ram Bachchan, who is the grandfather of these Ram Bachchans. He was in our family, our Kula Guru and Diksha Guru. He gave Janev to us and all. But Gurudev is our Shiksha Guru, like that, the one who gave knowledge. So here, Garga Rishi was the Diksha Guru of Krishna and Balram. Tatahacha labdha sanskara. After getting the sanskara, dvijatvam prapya suvratau, these two boys, having taken all the proper vows and all of brahmacharya, gargat yadukula gayatram vratam astito. He gave them, make them took all the vows and all of Gayatra. I mean Gayatri mantra they will do morning and evening and all. Told them all the disciplines and all. Garga. Alright. Then now right here itself you will see the difference in Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru. See the next verse itself. Prabhavo sarva vidyanam sarvajño jagadishvaro nanya siddhamala jnanam guhamano narehitaihi atha gurukule vasam atho gurukule vasam ichhanta upa jagmatuhu kashyam sandipanim nama hyavanti puravasinam. See, this is the line from Bhagavatam where it is told, and that's why our Puja Gurudev named our ashram in Mumbai, that great academy of learning, which is one of its kind on the earth. That is called a Sandipani Sadhanalaya, after the Shiksha Guru of Lord Krishna. He says, Prabhavo Sarva Vidyanam. Prabhavo means, now Prabhavo dual is being given. Prabhavo Sarvajño Jagadishwarao, like that. Guhamano, means all the words in dual, is talking about Krishna and Balram. Krishna and Balram, who are one and same, just two forms. So they are the originators. Prabhava, what? Sarva Vidyanam, of all knowledge, means they are knowledge in itself. The originators of all the knowledge, all the Vedas and everything. Yasya Shwasanam Prabhavati. I mean, from whom the breath itself comes. Anyway, Sarvajño, all knowing, the two of them, Jagadishwarao, the Lord. These two. Nanya Siddhamala Jnanam. Na anya siddha amala jnanam. From nowhere else there is any acquisition of pure knowledge. They are the source of all pure knowledge, in other words. Guhamano, hiding this pure knowledge of theirs, two of them. Nara ihitaihi, by activities of by acting like human beings. It means to say, they put their pure knowledge in the background and acted as human beings, with human activities. Atha Gurukule Vasam, they wanted to go and live in the Gurukul, and in other words, already they know everything. Like Rama also. Tulsidashi describes, he goes there and in no time, he learns everything. It means to say, to follow the tradition and set the example for humanity, they wanted to live in the house of the Guru. Atha Gurukule Vasam Ichchantau Upa Jagmatuhu. They approached the Guru to live in his, with the desire to live in his house and learn from him. Who was the Guru? Sandipanim Nama. Sandipanim, Sandipani Nama. His name was Sandipani. Guru Sandipani. Kashyam. Kashyam means he was from Kashi. Kashi means Banaras. बनारस जहाँ पे रस बनाते हैं. कौन सा रस? ज्ञान रस. काश्याम. What? I told all that in Hindi. Kashi is the place where ras is made. Banaras. Where ras is made. Which ras? Ras means, in English, what is ras? No. Essence. Nectar. Which ras? The nectar of knowledge. Anyway, he's first from Kashi. That Sandipani. He, Avanti Puravasinam, but now he was living in Avanti. What is Avanti? Avanti is modern day Ujjain. Modern day Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh, I think it comes. So he was living now in Ujjain. And Bhagavan Shri Krishna and Balaram, they were in Mathura. So Ujjain is not very far from Mathura, but Kashi is very far. Ujjain is closer to Mathura. So this great teacher, Sandipani, who was from Kashi, was now living in Ujjain. To Ved Vyaji, it takes time to mention all of this. He was living in, you'll have to think, why is he? And you see, if he's living in Ujjain, why have to mention he's from Kashi? That shows in Bhagavatam also the great importance of Kashi, isn't it? So the great teacher had come from Kashi. That has a ring to it, unknowingly. That has a ring to it. Earlier, without knowing, that has to be past life things. Earlier, I was a mere teenager, and I heard that Raviji had studied in Kashi. Banaras, not Kashi, nobody used to say Kashi. It's Banaras. I just heard. I don't know what is Banaras and all. I don't know anything about India. But that, when I heard that, Banaras. Wow. Look here, I don't even know what is Banaras. But just, that means to say, hearing that and that thing ringing in my ears, that means to say that there is something from past life, when start coming from lifetime, how people hold this city to be so holy and so ancient and carries with it such great spiritual weight like that. I remember that very clearly. So, now you see, now that time I did not even know what is Bhagavatam also. So now you see how the Rishi himself, Ved Vyaji, how he takes time to mention that even though this Sandipani was living in Ujjain, he was from Kashi. Now if he said that, that means to say what? Him in Ved Vyaji's mind also, there is some great significance of this Kashi. Kashi is also called as Banaras and is also called as Varanasi. You'll hear these three names. Please remember, it's one and the same place. Varanasi, Banaras and Kashi. So Bhagavan Shri Krishna and Balaram now see this. Kashyam Sandipanim Nama Hi Avanti Puravasinam Yathopasad Yato Dantau Guru Vrittimananditam Grahayantavapetau sma Bhaktya devami vadritau He says, Yatha upasadya, they approach now duly how we are supposed to approach the teacher. We have seen that also. Samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam upasadya. They approach this teacher, upasadya, tau. Two of them approach the teacher now, dantau. How we put all the words together? Dantau means having control all of their senses, mind and indriyas, self-control. Danta. Gurau, the guru. Vrittim ananditam. Dritau, the last word. They, devam avritau, they did service to that teacher, two of them, after going there, so carefully and respectfully. They stayed in attendance of that teacher, doing their service to the teacher with bhaktya, with great devotion. And Vedvyaji also puts in place there, grahyantau upetau, means approaching, so that the world will see, all of us who are left today in this time will see, but this is what we are supposed to follow. And all of these things, grahyantau means in order to teach others, so others will see how it is to be done. Meaning to say what now? See what a big line it is. The Lord of the universe himself, who is introduced just now as Sarvajñau Ishwarau, two of them. Sarvajñaha Ishwaraha, she's saying Bhagavan Shri Krishna alone. And both of them, Sarvajñau Ishwarau. Right? The two of them, Balaram and Krishna, who knows everything, Sarvajña, they are. But to show humanity how to live their life and what has to be done, two of them now approach the teacher with great respect and reverence and asked him, the showing and wanting to live Guru Kule Vasinam, wanting to live in the house of the Guru, just so that this great tradition. And see, look what happens when this tradition is not followed. When the tradition is not followed, there is a total decadence of society. That is where it has reached today. Total decadence of society. And then nothing anybody could do to bring back such a society than to revert back to these type of traditions. Do you think that there are solutions today, socio-political solutions to the problem this world is having? Absolutely no. There is absolutely no solution. Okay, peaceful solution. Let me just give you a simple example. I'll show you how. If you can find any solution to that, it will be wonderful. Right now, there is a huge influx of Mexicans into the United States, right? So what is the response from the United States? Well, you catch all of them, they're breaking the law. This all sounds logical thing. Here you have a sovereign state. They have borders, they have laws. You cannot just cross the border, there are laws. So the law says if anybody crosses the border illegally, well, this fellow has just committed a crime. You hold him and you lock him up. Correct or not? But that sounds very logical, and that's how you hold him and lock him up. And since you're by international laws and conventional, you're not allowed to lock up children. You separate them and you put them in wherever. And no, here you have thousands of people infiltrating, coming through the borders and all. Now you have to get housing for them. You have to feed them. You have to put legal systems in place. You have to get representation for them. Then you have over there. You have to keep their children, and you're spending millions and millions of dollars to do all of this thing, right? It is illegal, so you lock them up, you try them right there or something, and you send them back. They're not supposed to be going because they are contravening international conventions and international borders. They are crossing illegally, and all of the now the whole system will collapse, right? If you don't. So when they come in, now you have to bear all of these costs to do all of these things. How much of millions of dollars of taxpayers' dollars have to be spent for now? Big protests and all of these things. Again, separating people and family and all, children and their parents and but now, These people are fleeing domestic conditions in their country where there's an infestation of crime and drugs in Mexico. There's an infestation of epidemic of crime and drugs in this country. So they are fleeing and they are coming to this country. But this infestation of crime and drugs is being fueled by the big money with the consumers in this country. Because who consumes all the cocaine and all the things? It is consumed here. And all that's being sold here by 350 million people consuming, they are the ones, the money who is going there and fueling all this crime and drugs there. And then these people are running. Anybody sitting here, you tell how you will solve all of this. Tell. Which solution is there? Any socio-political solution for that? If anybody here can solve, if that country and this country can solve that, that also will be a great achievement. That cannot be solved. Those things are not solved. That will just go on and on until one day it boils over into a big cataclysmic upheaval. I know, so many people will die, civil war and all sorts of things will happen. That is the only way. It starts again from scratch. Now, in this type of war, and I'm just telling one little incident on one international border, the same thing is going on in Europe. Every country now is plagued. Now the EU itself is in jeopardy because they are not agreeing with each other. Who will take immigrants and who will not take? Something we should take, something we should not take, and the whole EU is now fighting. Those things, and if you find any piecemeal solution, that will last for a little while and it will flare up again there. Because the basic and fundamental disease, the malady, is not being solved. And see all of this tradition, if from the early age that child is sent to live with that teacher and he learns values and etiquette, see, Danto, all the words are given here also. Discipline and the control of the senses and respect and reverence for the teacher and so many things. Who has respect? Hare Rama, all things are all gone away. And humility and all service and all so many wonderful things. Doing service for that teacher. All these values which were there as part of that whole Gurukul system, I think none of it enshrined in the modern education system. And it is just a selfish system built for me to get my share of the pie. You see? And there is not going to be any solution in that type of system. So, we see again, if you just give some little thought, you'll see again and again all of these ancient systems which we have relinquished. We have to put them back in place. But we have to wait for the cycle. To wait till everything, what to say. So the two of them now approach with great reverence and respect, and they did so much of careful seva for the Guru. That is what is being told. Just to show others how it has to be done. You see, avrittau. Avritta means careful, respectful attendance to that Guru. And then bhaktya, great love for the teacher. Also, all these words are there. Vritti means service. And see how it is, the service is described also. Ananditam. Ananditam means irreproachable, impeccable, which we cannot say one bad thing about. And now the Guru also now being very, very Sandipani Guru, being so very much moved by the service of Bhagavan Shri Krishna and his brother Balram. See, Tayor Dvijavara Varastushtaha Shuddha Bhavanuvrittivihi Provacha Vedan Akhilan Sangopanishado Guru. How wonderfully the Guru Provacha Vedan, Akhilan Vedan, Sa Angaha Upanishadaha Guruhu. The Guru taught to them, being pleased with them, Santushtaha. The Guru became very pleased with them. And seeing their Shuddha Bhava Anuvrittivihi and their most pure nature and submissive acts of service to the Guru, Tayoho Dvijavaraha, the most exalted among Brahmanas, that Guru, Sandipani, Provacha, he taught to them what? Vedan Akhilan, all the Vedas. And then Sa Anga Upanishadaha Guru, he taught all the Upanishad, all the Angas, Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Chanda, all the 6 Angas of Vedas. He taught everything to them. In fact, later on it will say, not only that, he taught so many other things to this. In fact, there's all Niti and how many? Some 64 principles of Niti also. All 5 principles of Niti and 64 different types of arts they are supposed to learn in Guru's house. All how to sew, how to make decorations, and how to reply to people's questions, and a whole lot of things he taught to them. Everything is learnt. Nowadays, actually there has become 2 things. The specialization is, of course, a very good thing. Even our Shastras teach specialization, but that has to be understood. Like for example, I am a shoemaker, I make shoes. I am a mala maker, I make mala. Okay, that is okay. But that does not mean to say that you don't learn how to do your dishes at home. No, I am not a dishwasher, I am a mala maker. Mala making is for you to earn your living and serve the society. Serve the society and earn your living. But we should know everything around the house. You don't know how to peel a potato? So we'll see this section. We'll see next week. This section talks very much about how many things. The list will be too long for you to read out for you, but I will read out some. How many things we are supposed to learn. We should know every little thing around. Today people have become handicapped. I'm telling you. That is a very, very ironic thing. Ironic thing means what? Today you are not allowed to say the word handicap. You have to say that if a person is physically challenged. You are not allowed to say those type of words, handicap. But we are not allowed to say the word, but everybody has become handicap. What a wonderful thing. Don't say it, just become it. More and more I am seeing how people are so handicapped. And you will see in the Shastra how all sorts of little things. You wouldn't believe how many things he has to be taught. So they learned all of these things in Gurukul. And so the Gurus also had very wonderful approaches. Like we see the example, the boy comes there. First day, okay, take these 10 cows and go into the forest. And when they become 100 cows, you come back. The teacher does not ask, do you know how to tend cows? How to take care of cows and all? He doesn't ask anything. Because he knows the best way for that person to learn to swim is throw him in the water. And then he knows which one to do that, and you don't do all. And when you throw in the water, he'll drown. Bechara, he doesn't know anything about water. So he knows which one to throw in the water and which one. Different strokes for different folks. It is something to give thought to. So anyway, the Gurus know also. But all of these ancient methods and teachings that are there, they are supposed to be learnt in the Gurukul itself. And the Guru doesn't pet anybody who comes there. My pet. All Lalana, my children has finished in the first 6 years, 7 years. Now Gurukul is all discipline and learning. All right. Let us see that next week. Okay, several things are happening in the ashram now over the next. On the 27th happened to be Guru Purnima also. It falls on the same day. Guru Purnima. On that day, we are having the visit from world-renowned flute player. His name is Pandit Ronu Majumdar. He has received many, many awards all over the world and nominated for Grammy also and played in many Bollywood films. So he received President Award in India also. And he's coming here. He's also a singer, so he'll sing Hanuman Chalisa and different things for us in different ragas. And he's bringing players to play ghatam. Ghatam means a pot, percussion instrument. That percussion instrument is a pot only. So like that, Pandit Ronu Majumdar will be coming on 27th. Their tickets are available. The tickets are only $50. That is just for us to cover the cost of bringing the artist and bringing whoever is coming and all that kind of thing. Because that cost has to be offset somehow. All right. So please see, tickets are available here. And come and be part of this concert on the 27th. It's a Friday night. Okay. That is one thing. The beginning of August, means around the 8th of August, sees the visit of Swami Mitranandji, who will be coming from Chennai. Swami Mitranandji is in charge of the southern part of Chinmaya, the Chinmaya Mission in southern part of India, and he is coming here for a week. Okay, this is 8th of August. Later in August, on the 31st, we have our International Vegetarian Food Fair. You have to tell others and come out also and join in our food fair. And when you come, ask for pizzoti. What is pizzoti? Pizzoti is a cross between pizza and pepper roti. Pizza and pepper roti. So that means to say it's a stuffed kind of pizza, but it will be hot also. You have to bring your, I'll tell you what to do. Bring a little bottle of honey like this, with a cap and a brush inside there. So when you eat the pepper roti and it burns your tongue, you pull out and you brush your tongue with honey. You can start getting that bottle. Okay. Then, our international camp, Chinmaya Mission Mahasamadhi camp, is being held in San Diego this year. And it starts on the 30th of July instead of the 29th of July. San Diego, our camp is held in a different city every year. So this year it is in the city of San Diego, and that is because it is the 25th anniversary of Gurudev's Mahasamadhi. He dropped his body 25 years ago this year. So you come and join the camp. Many people are going from here. I know of many people who are going. You can also come and join that camp. All right. July 30th. Okay. In that regard, in 2022, that camp is coming to Trinidad. In 2014, it came. In 2022, again, it is going to come to Trinidad. So please plan from now. You have many years to plan. The Mahasamadhi camp. Okay. Now, in that regard also, we will have big programs planned in that year for sensitizing the whole. So I already came up with an idea, but I will not tell you today. I'll tell somebody. I was going to tell you, and I think I should not tell. 2022, we will have this camp, and so we'll have many programs building up to that camp. Okay. One or two other little things. Here in our school, high school, which is downstairs, we have had a teacher teaching for many years, Mr. Prem Singh. Mr. Prem Singh has been a teacher for 40 years. And unfortunately, yesterday we heard that he passed away. This morning, I want to let all of you know that from my heart of heart, I pay special tributes to this great, great teacher who has been teacher for 40 years, because he taught me in school also. See how many years. And he is such an exquisite teacher that I remember every time I walked into his class and I listened to him and looked at what he taught on that board. He did that thing so well that I could photographically remember all of those things. and go to his class, his test, and make 100 every time. Because he was such a good teacher to teach us things so systematically and clearly. And he used to teach me maths and chemistry. And I used to get 100 in both. So good he was. And so therefore, when the school started here, we sought to have him here also. So he's been here for many, many years. And not even 60 years. I don't know if he made it to 60. Poor fellow passed away yesterday. So our great, great tribute and reverence to a great teacher who taught for 60 years. So many students have come under his tutelage over this, for 40 years. So many students have come under his tutelage for these 40 years. And you'll see here also how much love our students have for him. So our tribute to Mr. Prem Singh. When we find out about funeral and all that, we'll let everybody. Tuesday will be the funeral. Okay. All right. So, and this is about the funeral of the Indian High Commission is running a very, very wonderful program of Know India quiz. They want people to know more about India, and so there is a quiz. You have to go online, go on the website of the Indian High Commission, and try to sign up for this quiz and do this quiz. There are many prizes and all such things to be got also. Okay. So you see their website. That quiz was already run in the school here, and prizes were given to our students also. Okay, I think these are the main things. Today the yatra, the Veer Hanuman yatra is moving from temple to temple. I see Pandit Amar is here. The yatra just entered the... Alright, we'll join there just now. We'll have Aarti and then we'll come down.